Every one of us at some point feels like life is spinning out of control. Maybe it's the unexpected loss of a job, maybe it's a breakup that left you questioning everything, or maybe it's just the overwhelming pace of day-to-day life. Whatever it is, we've all been there, feeling helpless, anxious, unsure of what's next. But here's a question. What if I told you there's a way to not just get through those hard times, but actually grow from them? What if the chaos isn't the end of your peace, but the beginning of your power? Because today we're diving into ancient wisdom that's more relevant now than ever. Stoic philosophy, a practical, powerful mindset used for thousands of years to build unshakable inner strength. The kind of strength that doesn't just help you survive, but thrive. Imagine facing life's toughest storms with calm. Imagine turning failure into fuel. Imagine being so mentally strong that nothing, and I mean nothing, can shake your peace. This video is your first step into that mindset. We're going to uncover 10 life-changing principles straight from the minds of Stoic legends like Marcus Aurelius and Epictetus. These weren't just thinkers, they were warriors of the mind. They faced battles, betrayals, loss, and uncertainty, yet they never crumbled. Why? Because they knew how to control the only thing that truly matters, their mind. And today, you'll learn exactly how they did it. You'll discover how to turn pain into power, how to build a mindset that doesn't break, and how to reclaim control in a world that often feels completely out of it. By the end of this video, you won't just understand Stoicism, you'll live it. So if you're tired of feeling stuck, tired of letting emotions rule your day, and ready to finally build the inner strength you know you're capable of, stay right here. This video was made for you because your breakthrough, it starts now. And hey, if you're into this kind of powerful mindset content, consider subscribing. It's totally free, and it tells us to keep bringing you more life-changing insights like this one. But whatever you do, don't skip ahead. Every second of this video might hold the key to your next transformation. Let's dive in. Let's build that mindset. Let's become unshakable. Fear. It's that sudden rush in your chest, that sinking feeling in your stomach, that voice in your head whispering, what if I fail? Or what if I'm not enough? But have you ever stopped to ask, what exactly is fear? What is this invisible force that so often holds us back, keeps us small, and stops us from living life fully? Fear isn't the enemy. It's a signal, a primitive messenger from our brain's survival system designed to keep us safe. Thousands of years ago, fear kept us alive, warning us of predators or dangerous environments. But in the modern world, that same fear system often overreacts. It sounds alarms not for tigers in the jungle, but for public speaking, rejection, uncertainty, or change. And here's the thing. Most fear isn't about what's actually happening. It's about what might happen. It's anticipation, imagination, a projection of pain that hasn't even occurred. Seneca, the Stoic philosopher, once said, "We suffer more in imagination than in reality." And how true that is. Think back to a moment where fear held you back. Maybe you didn't speak up in a meeting, or you didn't take that leap of faith toward a new opportunity. Was it really danger that stopped you, or just the idea of danger? Stoicism teaches us to examine fear, to break it down, to sit with it, to ask, is this within my control? If it is, then act, then release it. Because fear left unchallenged just becomes a cage. But fear, when understood, becomes fuel. The real nature of fear isn't power, it's potential. It's a signpost pointing toward the edge of your comfort zone, the exact place where growth lives. So next time fear rises in you, don't just shrink away. Look it in the eye, ask it what it's trying to protect, thank it, and then decide for yourself what you're going to do next. Because the truth is, fear doesn't stop death, it stops life. And the more you understand that, the more free you become. Enter Stoicism, ancient wisdom for modern fear. In a world drowning in anxiety, overthinking, and noise, Stoicism enters like a calm, steady voice cutting through the chaos. Imagine this. You're stuck in traffic, late for something important. Your heart races, your mind spirals. But then a simple thought echoes, is this within my control? That's Stoicism at work. Born in ancient Greece, refined in Rome, Stoicism isn't about suppressing emotion or becoming emotionless. It's about mastering your response to emotion, especially fear. Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor facing war, disease, and betrayal, wrote in his journal, "If you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it. And this you have the power to revoke." That's the Stoic secret. It's not the thing, it's your reaction to the thing. Stoicism teaches 3 powerful truths about fear. 1, most fear is imaginary. Epictetus said, "Man is disturbed not by things, but by the view he takes of them." The fear of failure, rejection, or judgment, often just shadows on the wall. 2, you always have a choice. You may not control the storm, but you can control the sail. You may not control what happens, but you do control how you respond. 3, fear can be a teacher. Seneca practiced Premeditatio Malorum, the premeditation of evils. He imagined the worst, not to suffer early, but to disarm fear of its power. Modern life throws a million unknowns at us, but Stoicism gives us tools to navigate it. A clear mind, a steady hand. When fear says you can't handle this, Stoicism replies, you already are. So the next time fear knocks, don't run. Let Stoicism open the door, and calmly, confidently choose your next step, because fear doesn't get to decide your story, you do. The dichotomy of control, what truly belongs to you. Here's one of the most mind-shifting ideas in Stoic philosophy. Something so simple, yet so powerful, it can rewire your entire relationship with fear, anxiety, and even success. It's called the dichotomy of control. Epictetus laid it out like this: some things are up to us, and some things are not. Let that sink in. Your thoughts, your actions, your beliefs, your choices, those are within your control. The weather, other people's opinions, your past, your genetics, those are not. Most of our suffering comes from mixing the two. We obsess over outcomes, other people's reactions, the future. But Stoicism reminds us, focus only on what's yours. Let's break it down. You can't control if someone likes you, but you can control how kindly you treat them. You can't control if your business takes off, but you can control how hard and smart you work. You can't control what happens tomorrow, but you can control your preparation today. This mindset isn't about passivity, it's about precision. It's about channeling your energy into the only place where it truly matters, your own mind and actions. Here's the Stoic magic. When you stop trying to control the uncontrollable, you gain mastery over your inner world. That's real power. So the next time fear creeps in, ask, is this within my control? If yes, act. If no, let it go. Peace begins the moment you accept that the rest of the world doesn't belong to you. But your response, that's 100% yours. Always has been. That's the dichotomy of control. And it changes everything. Negative visualization, preparing the mind for anything. Now here's a Stoic practice that sounds totally backward at first. Imagine losing everything you love. Wait, what? That's right. It's called negative visualization, and it's one of the most powerful tools the Stoics use to build emotional resilience and conquer fear. The idea is simple. Visualize the worst-case scenario on purpose. Not to scare yourself, not to manifest doom, but to prepare your mind, to strengthen your spirit, and to appreciate what you have right now. Seneca put it like this: he robs present ills of their power who has perceived their coming beforehand. In other words, by mentally rehearsing potential losses, your health, your job, your freedom, even the people you love, you become less fragile and more grounded. Here's how it works in real life. You imagine losing your business, and suddenly, you're grateful just to have it today, even if it's struggling. You picture your loved ones not being there tomorrow, and suddenly, you cherish that next conversation or hug like gold. You visualize failure, and you realize it won't kill you, it just might teach you. This isn't about becoming cold or emotionless. It's about becoming mentally anti-fragile, so fear loses its grip. Negative visualization does two powerful things at once. One, it builds courage, because you've already faced it in your mind. Two, it deepens gratitude, because you stop taking things for granted. Try it right now. Close your eyes. Picture something you care deeply about. Gone. Feel it, then open your eyes. Look at that same thing, and truly see it. Appreciate it like it might vanish tomorrow, because it might. That's not pessimism, that's presence. That's negative visualization, and it's a Stoic superpower. Amor Fati, loving your fate. Imagine this. You don't just accept what happens to you, you embrace it. Not reluctantly, not bitterly, but with open arms and a steady heart. That's the essence of Amor Fati, a Latin phrase that means love of fate. To the Stoics, this wasn't just poetic, it was practical philosophy. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and Stoic thinker, wrote, "A blazing fire makes flame and brightness out of everything that is thrown into it." Think about that. Whatever life throws at you, pain, loss, setbacks, failure, you don't just survive it, you use it, you transform it, you love it. Because every twist in the story is part of the story, even the ugly chapters. Let's break it down. Got rejected? Amor Fati says, good, now you're free to grow. Got fired? Perfect, time to pursue something better. Failed miserably? Even better, that's the path now. Instead of asking, why me? Stoicism teaches us to say, why not me? Life is a storm. Amor Fati doesn't fight it. It dances in the rain. It's not passive either. It's fierce acceptance. It's saying, this is mine, all of it. The joy, the grief, the grind, the glory, I claim it all. Because everything that happens is fuel for your growth, your wisdom, your story. Amor Fati isn't about pretending pain feels good. It's about refusing to let it be wasted. So the next time something goes wrong, don't flinch, don't curse, don't resist. Look it in the eye and say, Amor Fati, I'm built for this. Imagine choosing to be uncomfortable on purpose. Waking up early when you don't have to. Taking cold showers. Walking instead of driving. Fasting when there's food in the fridge. Sounds strange, right? But to the Stoics, this was powerful training. They called it voluntary discomfort. And it wasn't about suffering for no reason. It was about preparing for life. Because when you choose discomfort, you stop fearing it. You build courage, discipline, and resilience. Not in theory, but in your body, your mind, your habits. Seneca, the Roman Stoic, used to sleep on the floor and wear cheap clothes even though he was rich. Why? To remind himself, if I lose everything tomorrow, I'll be okay. You strip away the luxury. You silence the ego. You test your limits before life tests them for you. Voluntary discomfort whispers, you don't need much. It teaches you that comfort is a choice, not a requirement. So when life does get hard, and it will, you're already trained. You've already been there. You've faced the cold, the hunger, the boredom, the silence, and more importantly, you chose it. That makes all the difference. Memento Mori. Remember, you will die. It's a phrase that might sound dark, even morbid. But for the Stoics, it wasn't about fear. It was about perspective. Every day, the Stoics reminded themselves of their mortality, not as a way to be fearful, but as a way to live fully. Because when you know your time is limited, every moment counts. You don't waste it on petty worries, distractions, or things that don't matter. You focus on what truly does. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor, wrote in his journals, "Let each thing you would do, say, or think be like that of a dying person." When you live with death in mind, you stop procrastinating. You stop putting off the things that truly matter. You start to appreciate the simple things, your breath, your health, the people you love. Memento Mori doesn't teach you to fear death. It teaches you to live with purpose. Because knowing that life is short makes every day, every decision, every action so much more meaningful. You'll never have forever, but right now you have this moment. Make it count. Applying Stoic tools in real life can seem challenging, but once you understand the concepts, they become powerful strategies to deal with stress, anxiety, and obstacles. Start with the dichotomy of control. This means recognizing what's in your control and what's not. You can't control the actions of others, the weather, or global events, but you can control how you respond. You can choose how you act, how you think, and what you focus on. So, when you face difficulties, remind yourself to focus only on what you can control and let go of the rest. Next is negative visualization. This may sound counterintuitive, but it's a key Stoic practice. Take a moment to imagine losing something or someone important to you. It's not about dwelling in negativity, but about appreciating what you have while you have it. By mentally preparing for the worst, you become more resilient when life throws challenges your way. This doesn't make you paranoid, it makes you grateful and ready for anything. Then there's Amor Fati, loving your fate. Whatever happens, embrace it. Don't see setbacks as failures. Instead, see them as opportunities for growth, learning, and transformation. When you love your fate, you accept whatever comes your way with grace. You understand that every experience, good or bad, has something to teach you. And lastly, voluntary discomfort. Challenge yourself. Push beyond your comfort zone. Whether it's fasting, waking up earlier, or embracing physical discomfort, these small acts of discipline build resilience and strength. By choosing discomfort, you prepare yourself for life's inevitable challenges. These Stoic tools aren't just ancient wisdom, they're practical tools for the modern world. When you apply them, you take control of your life, reduce unnecessary suffering, and build the courage to face whatever comes your way. With Stoicism, you're not just surviving life, you're thriving through it. In the end, Stoicism isn't about avoiding pain or pretending life is easy. It's about facing the truth of life's challenges and choosing how to respond to them. The Stoic mindset teaches us that suffering is part of the human experience, but how we handle that suffering is what defines us. By embracing concepts like the dichotomy of control, negative visualization, amor fati, and voluntary discomfort, we can shift our perspective and find peace even in the chaos. The goal isn't to control every outcome, but to control our inner peace, our responses, and our actions. It's about building resilience, knowing that even when things go wrong, we can still find a way to be at peace within ourselves. The true power lies not in external circumstances, but in the way we choose to perceive and react to them. As you continue your journey, remember that Stoicism is not a one-time fix, but a lifelong practice. It's about getting better, day by day, at mastering your own mind and emotions. So embrace the challenges, welcome discomfort, and face your fears head on. Because in the end, the only thing you truly control is your ability to respond. And that is where true freedom lies.